up, folks? We're here with another Weebaholic podcast. Let's get it. Let's go. Today I have three very special guests. You guys can introduce yourself real quick.
Yo. So we're from the Real Talk Anime podcast. I'm Link or Anis.
Yeah, I'm Cooper, or you can call me Brooke if you like.
And I'm Carter or Corbett.
All right. Thanks for coming on. Before we get into the episode, y'all remember to like, comment, subscribe, turn the notification bells to notify for all the podcasts. Go follow the Instagram at anime_Gensho, where I post polls, collabs. Like if you want to come on the podcast, DM me, and that's where you see more of the some clips of the podcast. Go follow my co-host who couldn't be here today, I Got the Lens, where he does photography. And remember to go shop at Dakoga Shops at 10%. Oh, I can't talk. Remember to go to Dakoga Shop, and if you want to get any anime merch, use my code anime_Gensho for 10% off. So, guys, thank you for coming on, and I have some questions for you, and then we're going to call it a day. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Sounds sick.
Thanks again for having us on, man.
Thank you.
Wow. My first question for you guys, what made you start an anime podcast? And whoever is who wants to say that they're the founder of it, what made you get everybody on board to do it, if you want to say that?
Yeah. I think it's fair to say that I was probably kind of like the person who had the idea, or like the founding, the founding member kind of. We were all on it from the beginning though, so it's not like I started it completely myself. But basically, it was just, so it was a summer day, right? And we were just kind of, we were all like up to nothing really, and just working or whatever. And we were like, well, dude, it'd be so cool, because basically the origin is like we all already had these conversations about anime and about, games too, and like random shit like that. And basically it was like, we already do this, why don't we just kind of record it and then maybe do some editing, make it a bit better, and then put it out there for people to hear, right? I mean, and the thing about a podcast is that you kind of think like, who would even want to listen to you talking? And you're like, oh, there's probably so much better like versions of your own content and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's like, well, it doesn't really matter. It's just kind of like, well, it's just what you want to do. And that's kind of the mindset that we started with. So I hit these guys up because they're the people that I talk to the most about this stuff anyway. And then we just kind of went from there with a lot of other stuff.
Okay.
Pretty much, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now to add on that one before I don't want to move on if you have anything else to say.
I'd just like to say, Anis had the idea. He talked to us about it as his, anime confidants, and I guess I didn't have anything better going on at the time. It seemed like something fun to do. Not bad to have a little bit of structured conversation every now and then. So, we just kept doing it. Now it's kind of just a schedule, and just something fun to do every couple of weeks.
So that sounds good. So y'all got started like July, August type of thing?
So the idea, around like end July, right? But then with school starting and people had kind of like vacations and stuff like that near the end of the summer, it was kind of difficult. So then I think we put out our first episode like mid-September.
Yeah. Oh, most of the time in the summer we spent working on our branding, trying to find a name, trying to find an artist to.
That's honestly the hardest part.
The name is actually so hard.
Yeah, everybody has the same name, or all members had the same name as you. It was just
no, that was actually the biggest struggle. Like for marketing or whatever, you can do whatever you want. You can use a character that already exists. You can pay someone to design something for you. You can do all sorts of things with that, and there's lots of room to get creative. But when you're just trying to use a short and catchy name, there's so much stuff out there, and it's just such a hassle. By the way, I want to ask, are we allowed to curse?
Yeah, do you?
Okay, cool.
Okay, cool.
I was a little sweating at that point. Yeah,
because I said something a bit earlier. I was like, wait. But yeah, so like there's so much stuff that's taken, and it took us so long. I remember we were trying to figure out. We almost settled on, what was it? Anime Real Talk.
Anime Real Talk.
Well, I feel like I've heard them before, like a name.
But it's funny. There's another podcast that has that name.
Yeah, we found that, and we're like, well, these guys have been going for a while. We thought, maybe we can use a name if we find a name that we like and it already exists, but like they haven't uploaded anything in months or years. It's probably fine. Because we save too soon that they're kind of just dead. But then, it's so hard, and it took us forever to come up with this.
Yeah, and then like the art itself, it's actually original. We got somebody on Fiverr to do it for us. I don't have the name to plug
Yeah, I got it.
off the top
Lemon
of my
D7. Lemon D7.
Lemony 7. All right, amazing
They did,
work.
they did the
I'd
art
say
for you guys as like a profile pic on your YouTube and Instagram, or just the YouTube, or both?
both of them.
Both
Oh,
of them. Hmm.
Yeah, so
you're just send me his IG. That's nice.
yeah. So you see, like that character was something that we commissioned someone to make for us. And yeah, again, Lemon D7, they're sick. They were super like, yeah, it was super sick. And like we have never really done well. Actually, Carter might have done some stuff like this before because he has a YouTube
Yeah,
channel.
I've done a lot of commissions and
Yeah,
stuff, or like, yeah, I've commissioned some artwork and stuff before.
yeah. But like personally, me and I don't think Cooper have ever really done
Yeah,
anything like this. So like we were like, dude, is Fiverr trustworthy? And I'm sure there's like some sorts of like sketchy shit that can happen on that website sometimes. But like yeah, we I guess we got lucky or something because we got someone really friendly and really cooperative and
and
we got our
how much
stuff
did we
designed.
pay? Like $20?
Yeah,
We
like
got
it was
value, I'd say.
we got a lot of value too. So
Hmm.
That dude, he low key undersold his value for how nice it is. I know people that charge like
yeah,
Oh yeah,
$100 for
oh
crap.
yeah.
and the crazy thing too, like we were trying like before we even started, we were like just hitting up other anime podcasts that had branding that we liked, and we were like, yo, so how did you like did you make this yourself? Did you pay someone to do this for you and shit like that? And they told us, yeah, you could be paying hundreds and hundreds, so be careful. And so like we made sure that we were trying, we didn't know where we were going to go. We thought maybe we'd drop it after a week or something. Like it was just a random idea, so we were like, let's just do something low low risk, I guess.
Okay,
And yeah, and definitely it worked out. So
Hmm.
that sounds good. That sounds good. All right, y'all. For my next question,
yeah.
what is maybe like a one goal you really would want on this podcast? Like whether that's a subscriber number or whether that's having a very special guest on. Like, what is like your end goal you would want? Like maybe like let's say 5 years from now, and maybe you're not doing this no more. What is that one goal you would want to do before maybe whenever you guys stop doing this? Like if you had one goal.
Hmm. Yeah, it's a good
That's a
question.
yeah.
Hmm.
I mean,
And
recently sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say personally, I would like to collaborate with like larger podcasts. I mean, eventually, if we get super large, an unrealistic goal might be to talk with the Trash Taste guys, but that would be like
Yeah,
way,
they're
way down the
one of the
line.
best, not anime
Yeah,
podcast, but podcast.
Oh
just
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 And like we've spoken about this before. Like we thought like in the future, if we're still doing this, we definitely want to have something like those guys. Like
Yeah.
just being able to have your own kind of mini studio in general is already really really cool. But then
Mhm.
also uh having like that type of following, having that type of quality in your videos and stuff like that. I mean, they were obviously experienced, and I guess you could say that they had an advantage going into it since they were already established on YouTube. But they had to work for that too. So
Yeah, they've been on YouTube almost my whole life, like 14 years.
yeah,
I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Hmm.
really?
But like I'd say short term, keep talking with other members of the community, like we're doing right now. I'm really glad we got to do this today. Uh, you know, uh trying to improve our content, maybe up the production quality a little bit, trying to find stuff that people are going to enjoy watching, stuff like that. Like that's my mindset about it. I personally don't have anything like a clear idea of how I see ourselves moving forward in 5 years, but like just day by day, trying to do a little bit better. It's kind of how I'm thinking about it.
That's a good goal. Just self improvement every day. That's keeping it. It's a good goal. Anybody else got anything to say for my next question?
yeah, sure. Nah, I think we're ready.
Okay. My next question: what do you think are like the challenges of being an anime podcast? Like right now, and y'all are developing stage, if you want to call it that thing. What is the challenges for you guys?
Well, I think finding topics every single time we want to make a podcast,
Which isn't that often, but
Well, I mean, well,
uh,
it's finding a topic which is in a way unique, but also has enough to talk about for like a full hour or so is something that, well, we haven't had the easiest time doing that.
Yeah. Like the other thing that's just funny is that like we found ourselves because like there's kind of like mainstream stuff going on in the anime community,
Yeah.
Like you can always go back to seasonals. Oh, Attack on Titan. Oh, this. Oh, whatever. But and like obviously that's being covered by everyone. But like I feel like that will always do well, right? Yeah, like you want to talk about stuff that people will that you will like talking about, but also that people will like to listen to talk about.
Yeah.
So staying true to yourself while also stay like I guess doing it for the fans, you could say. Like yeah, so that is one thing. But then also like sometimes we come up with ideas and we're like, okay, we're going to record in 2 days and we're going to use that idea. And then we see someone else do it and we're like, well, it's probably fine. And then we see Trash Taste do it and we're like, well, maybe now we have to think of something else. But yeah, that's definitely one of the struggles. I think one other thing I want to bring up for like struggles of being a smaller one is that like, I mean, at the end of the day, you're putting out whatever you want to put out.
Mhm.
And so that means that you sort of just have to approve of your own work, right?
Yeah.
And like all three of us have like pretty like I feel like somewhat high. There's kind of like a bar for standards for like what we want to put out. So
Yeah.
sometimes if we end up kind of veering off in an episode to a topic that we didn't really want to talk about or something, or maybe we feel like the editing isn't like as great as it should be and stuff like that,
Yeah.
since YouTube's our main platform, and so we wanted to like try and make some sort of like maybe like some sort of visual aspect, which we do have something, but right now it's very basic, I
It's like a
guess.
slide reel kind of
Yeah,
with
it's
a
basically like a slide reel.
Mhm.
But yeah, so that's one thing because you're like, well, since we're also students, it's like, well, you have to balance the time of editing and can
Yeah.
you re-record if you mess up during like halfway through the episode? Is it possible to fix that with editing? There's a lot of stuff like that can happen that's unexpected, and yeah, those roadblocks can sometimes be a bit difficult to deal with.
yeah, I'd say so.
I feel like
And
if you were bigger, sorry, I feel like if you're a bigger podcast, you'd have like a lot more experience with that stuff. So you'd probably just be able to like make it not happen at all, or maybe you'd have an editor or something if you're uploading to YouTube regularly, and that stuff would probably not really be an issue. You just wouldn't really have to worry about it.
Mhm.
Sorry, Cooper, you were going to say something.
oh, I was just gonna say, I guess like sometimes timing too, because we all have so much other stuff going on around us
Yeah, that's
that
true.
because like the podcast is obviously something enjoyable for us to do, but like we're not really dependent on it for any sort of like monetary value. So it's not like always on the front of our minds. So we'll get it done, and then maybe the editing will take longer than usual, and it'll be like, ah, it was supposed to come out Sunday, episode comes out Tuesday, stuff like that's annoying. But like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Pretty much that's all I have to say. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I agree with you guys because like I'm still small myself, like very small, trying to grow. And it's like I think I've been doing like 2 podcasts a week for like since like late August. And it's just like
Yeah.
it has drained the hell
Yeah.
out of me. Like every 2 podcasts a week,
I
rain.
respect the hustle, man.
Oh yeah, like
Yeah, dude, that's so much respect. Like when we were trying to come up with a schedule at first, we thought weekly since that's like pretty normal schedule. But then we were like, dude, with school, I don't think it's even possible with our schedules. We're like, let's just do it every 2 weeks. Just we don't really have much of a choice. I mean, these days we got a bit more time on our hands, but even then, it's just like, wow, it's yeah, respect, bro. Like
Yeah, and it's just like even with like my co-host, he lives far away, so he
yeah.
can't even help me edit. So it's just like I feel you guys on the editing part. I remember in the summer, like my first 5 episodes, I stayed up to like 4 in the morning just for like probably like 13 views. I was just like
Yeah, yeah.
at 8 or whatever, but that's definitely one of the hardest
But
parts.
you've been doing really well lately, though, haven't you?
Yeah, still trying
Well,
to grow.
better than 13 views.
Yeah.
13 views. Yeah.
Better than 13 views. I think like my last video got like 150 or something.
Yeah,
130.
that's impressive though,
That's
dude.
pretty good, yeah.
You've been pumping out lots of content, so it makes sense. But also yeah, like we've been going on at it for about the same amount of time, and we're still we're still on the climb. We're still behind, so we'll have to catch up to you.
Yes, of course, I'm waiting. I'm just waiting. We all gotta grow together.
Also,
Yeah,
I
sure.
gotta say, I'm really impressed that like you're at 513 like subs already. Like you've been doing this for 6 months and you're already at half a thousand.
Thank you.
Like when I also run a different channel, but when that channel took a long time to get to like 500 subs and each video was getting like less than 50 views and stuff like that. So I know how that feels. It's painful at first, but yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. So, guys, I got my next question. It's more, let's get happy. What is one thing you love about like you doing this with your bros? Like, what do you love about doing it? Like, what's the love? Even if it is small, what do you love about it?
Yo, honestly, I think one of the best things that I love about it is just literally being able to have the discussions. Like I said from the first question, I think I think the first question, we already kind of did this anyway, and now we get to kind of like share that with other people, right?
Yeah.
And with this podcast, I've been able to sort of like tell people, I don't know if you have this, like maybe you meet someone for the first time and you start talking about your interests and they've watched like one show that you've also seen. Like they just watched one anime maybe.
Yeah.
And they're like, I'm trying to get into it. I don't really know what to watch. And every single time you kind of have to give them the entire like 5 year long talk of like, okay, well there's this type, there's shonen, there's this blah 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 blah. and then you don't want to influence them too much because maybe they're gonna get turned off by like how. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, dude, just go watch a podcast this time. Like it's like listen, if you want some good shows, go on my anime list. Go I'll give you like maybe a couple favorites and then I'll let them discover it themselves. Having those conversations with your boys, one, is already like amazing, and then now I get to help other people. Well, help, I guess. I mean, kind of like introduce other people to anime, and because like, okay, let's be real. Like, I don't know what your first show was, but for me, it was Naruto.
Yeah, it was Naruto.
And I grew up on that shit, right? So basically, like, and like that influenced me a lot. Actually, it might be a bit cringe to say, but it actually did. And I remember like back when in middle school or something, right? I'd be in like 7th grade and I'd be writing a test and I don't know how to do the fractions or something. I don't know. And then I'm like, dude, and then some Naruto song starts playing in my head. I'm like, dude, he would figure this out. Believe it, dude. I have to. I can't do anything else. I would think about Shikamaru or something. I'd be like, this guy is genius. I can do this, right? And I'd figure it out, and I'd be like, damn, that was sick, right? What I'm trying to say is like anime is a powerful medium, right?
Yeah.
And that's probably like one of the reasons that we're doing this in the first place, and that we all watch it, and then being able to share that with more people than just your boys, but also being able to do it with your boys as well at the same time is just like the best feeling.
Yeah, I agree.
How about you guys, Cooper and Carter? What do you guys like about it?
Cooper, do you have something, or am I gonna go ahead?
Oh, no, you can go ahead, Carter.
All right. I mean, for me, it's mainly about, again, being able to have those conversations. But I also appreciate being able to have those conversations without like the interjections of like but whatever callouts of games other people are playing in the same Discord call.
Yeah.
And the same with like the people who don't necessarily watch as much anime. But I mean, it's also about like the banter you can have on the podcast. It's a lot of fun, and being able to go into more depth with topics that you normally wouldn't talk about, because we talk a lot about seasonals, but like, we just did an episode on romance anime for Valentine's Day, but we wouldn't like normally really do that if we were just talking regularly with each other in a Discord call.
Yeah.
So I like being able to explore other topics with the boys as well.
Respect that.
Yeah. I definitely agree with everything that Anise and Carter said. Talking with the boys is great. Sometimes you're in Discord, there's other people around. They're like, guys, what's with the anime talk? Like, we're trying to watch the NBA game or something, And so it's like those get cut off and then you don't end up talking about it. So just like having time to sit down and go into depth about those things, it's great, man. And, like also like we all grew up on anime. I spent a lot of time just watching anime stuff on YouTube, other podcasts, YouTubers, stuff like that. So, I was always kind of interested in like trying to put myself into that space, just to like kind of as like not necessarily like a creative output, but just like as an output into the internet space. Just experimenting with that kind of stuff is just it's kind of fun.
I agree. So anybody else got anything to say? Because now I got one more podcast related question. I'm gonna have some anime questions for you.
Nice.
Okay. Down. We're down.
My next part, or my last one. You guys can have 3 guests on. Anybody you want, dead or alive, who would you have? Dead or alive, anime related, not anime related, sports figure, all that stuff. Anybody.
Shit. Okay. Well. Okay. Well, let's each pick one since we get 3.
I mean, you've been going first, so I'll keep that going,
Yeah.
man.
Okay. Okay. Just to pay tribute to the classics, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably, assuming we could even communicate, maybe with some translator, maybe if he knows English well enough.
Yeah.
Just having Hayao Miyazaki, the Ghibli film director,
Yeah.
having that guy there on our podcast would probably, for me, that would probably be the most legendary guy I could bring on.
That
Because
is legendary.
yeah, because Naruto and all those like those big threes and all that.
Mhm.
Obviously, those are sick, and the authors of those also I would love to talk to at some point.
Yeah.
But then those films, there's so many of them, and they're all so great. And those were also part of my childhood. Lots of nostalgia.
Yeah.
So yeah, having that guy on would be amazing for me.
And it would bring you in hella clout.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
True.
Yo, Trash Taste didn't talk to this guy.
Exactly. Carter, you gonna go?
Oh, I'm trying to think. Like I have like 3 different options in my head. I'm trying to pick which one's the best one.
All right.
Anime related, but anything, anybody.
Carter, if you're still thinking, I think I've got my answer. I don't know if this is like kind of a controversial choice or anything, but I probably I'd probably bring on Digibro. Anybody? Have you heard about Digibro, Chris?
What is that?
He's kind of like an OG anime YouTuber. These days, I don't know, like he's lost a lot of subs, kind of went off the deep end,
Mhm.
Yeah.
but he's had a lot of interesting videos where he goes really in depth about things, and I just feel like it'd be really interesting to have a conversation with someone like him.
So what type of videos did he do? Like breakdown videos, analysis?
Like really like meta analysis into stuff like I don't know, like the anime industry as a whole,
Yeah.
like the psychology of watching content, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know, like I was really into him about a year ago.
Yeah.
Haven't seen too much of him these days, but yeah, I mean, if you haven't seen much of his stuff, I'd say check him out for something interesting to watch one night. But like, yeah, I'd probably bring him on.
Yeah, there's also not much time to do that because I just looked them up and apparently they just put out a video yesterday saying you have 3 weeks to archive the channel's content before it all goes private. So
Oh wow.
that's
Wow,
they're
what did he do? What
closing
did
the
he do?
channel.
Wait, who? Digibro?
Digi,
What
yeah,
did he
Holy
do?
shit!
just goes by Digi now.
Oh, what
And
the hell? Yeah, because a lot of because his channel took a big turn like 6 months ago or something, right?
yeah, something happened
Yeah,
like
I don't know what
I'd say
happened.
8 months ago
A
maybe.
lot of things happened, and yeah, it's better to just not talk about that stuff. But anyway,
I'm gonna
like
look that up.
yeah, you can look it up. Like it's actually pretty interesting what happened. I don't even know all the details personally, but yeah, a bunch of shit happened to him, and then his channel, and then his entire channel, like the content changed completely.
What's his name
And
again?
then Digibro,
Digi.
It
You'll
goes
probably
by
just find him
different
on
now,
by
yeah.
Digi.
yeah,
Is it like how do you spell DIG?
DIGI, yeah.
Yeah. So 3 weeks to archive the channel's content apparently.
yeah.
That's
So
I didn't expect that.
Wow.
I guess we
But,
keep getting surprises from that guy.
Yo,
But
if we
Yeah, we
if we
do.
got him on, that'd be topical. We'd have
we would have something to
more
talk
to talk about now.
Bring his channel back.
yeah,
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
yeah, I guess that is a good guess then, just because of all that.
Yeah. And you can ask him about that too.
Yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
Okay, Carter, you gotta give me yours.
Well, I was thinking Sea Dog VA because I've been a big fan of him for a long time, and I mean, obviously, he's a much larger, part of a much larger podcast. But
Yeah.
he alone is the reason why I had an interest in watching the Trash Taste podcast because
Damn,
I've
not
been
even.
watching him for several years. Well, I kind of watched the Anime Man.
I like the Anime Man more, but
I like
didn't
Giguk a
watch
lot.
him as much. I watched like none of Giguk stuff, not much of the Anime Man, but a lot of Sea Dog actually, or a lot of Connor stuff. So if we could get him on here, we could have like his Smooth British accent and all that.
Jeez,
Hilarious.
yeah.
I would take all three of them. They're all hilarious.
Yeah, I love all.
Let's just say trash taste. Bring all the boys on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Bring the whole crew. All right, y'all. Now I got some anime questions. We're here to talk about anime. So, what was your gateway anime, and how old were you when you got an anime, if you can remember?
Yeah, I'll go first again. So yeah, I said it earlier. Naruto was the first one. I think so. The first time I seen it, I think I was 4 or 5. Like I was really young. Like yeah.
Ooh.
Like because it was like random VHS tapes that my parents had.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it was in the right language. Like I don't remember, dude. Like it was, but I was watching it, and it was just cartoons, right? When you're a kid, all the cartoons are the same, kind of.
Yeah.
And I kind of forgot about it because I didn't really watch, or like I didn't really remember anything that happened. I didn't watch it like in the right order, and I didn't watch episode 1, episode 2. I just watched whatever we had.
Yeah.
And then when I was older, I think I was in like 6th or 7th grade. I remembered. I think like I knew what Naruto was. Of course, everyone knows Naruto, but like I was like, I think I remember Naruto from somewhere. I just don't really remember why. And then I started watching it again with my siblings, and we were in love. Like I was like, I remember the first like 5 episodes, kind of. I remember like a bit about the tuning exams. I was like, okay, yeah, I've seen this before, but not the whole thing because it wasn't even done by then.
Yeah.
And I was like, and this is sick. So I have to keep watching this. And then I just watched the entire thing. And since I didn't watch, I didn't binge back then. I only watched like a couple episodes a day.
Yeah.
It took me like actually so long. It took me like a year. And I didn't have any problems with that. Like I just I watched like every single day. I come back from school. I watched like 3 episodes. I'd eat a snack and
That
I'd go do
sounds
my
fun.
homework.
Such a peaceful life, man.
Yeah, compared to now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To where we're
Like,
going.
yeah, the classic kind of get home from school, eat snack, watch some anime with my brother, and then go play outside with the kids on my street. Like that was the life.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it just makes you want to cry. It's like, oh my god, those are the days.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was how it all started. And then after that, it was just kind of, well, now I've watched Naruto and there's all these other shows that I can watch. And after that, yeah, it was just
It broke the
it broke the wall, or whatever you want to call it. And after that, it was just show after show after show. And I took some pauses here and there, right? Like I could walk you through my whole timeline, but I'll spare you the details. But yeah, eventually it was just watching shows, and here I am now, where I've watched so many shows, and I've watched seasonals too, because I've gotten to that point as well. So
yeah. All right. Carter, you wanna go next?
Yeah, sure. So I think the first sort of anime, what introduced me to the art style probably would have been Pokemon. I think that's a first for a lot of people.
oh yeah.
If I want to talk more about like what's considered more anime, because Pokemon's kind of an anime, but like it's not like watched the same way that you would watch regular anime, right? Mostly it's like kids watch it and stuff. But the first one I really sort of watched was Bleach, I think, in middle school. I think that was like grade 7 is when I started watching Bleach. And I just plowed through Bleach. I would watch like 10 episodes a day. I think I watched through all that there was at the time. That must have been like 7 or 8 years ago. But after that point, it was more based off of recommendations. I think Cooper was what got me back into anime after he recommended SAO. So there was Bleach, and then there was SAO, and from there on, I don't think really remember the details of what I watched. Of course, the first season of Attack on Titan, and after that, a bunch of recommendations that are just sort of a blur in my mind until eventually you evolve into watching seasonals because you ran out of stuff to watch, and then here we are today.
Yeah, I was a Bleach boy too. Started with Bleach in like grade 4 or something. But like I still didn't really get that like it's like anime, you know what I mean? And I guess the first time I made that distinction was like the next year when I finished with Bleach.
Mm-hmm.
And I went back to the same girl in my class who was like, "Hey, you should watch Bleach." And I was like, "You got any other recommendations?" And I swear to God, she pulled like a crumpled, crusty, brown piece of paper that she printed off of like Google Images and showed it to me uncrumpled. And it was a picture of the main character from Elfen Lied. And she's like,
Oh, okay.
I was in grade 5. She's like, man, you gotta watch this. It's crazy. You're not
That's
gonna
such a
believe
dark
it.
show to be watching in 5th grade.
Yeah.
Yeah, in 5th grade.
Yeah.
I know, man.
It
I'm
is.
let's spare me the trauma for that. But I went home. I made sure my mom was not home,
Yeah.
and that the door was locked in the computer room. And yeah, I watched that. I guess I had like an awakening, like a brain blast of sorts.
The Sharingan awoken.
Pretty
Yeah.
much,
Exactly.
yeah. And I was like, God damn, I gotta find me some more of this. And I guess like at that point, it was like there pretty much wasn't anything that I wouldn't watch. So I started watching like recommendation YouTube channels and stuff,
Yeah.
going through all those top 10, top 100 anime lists, and yeah, here I am.
Sounds good. Sounds good. I was gonna tell you guys. I don't know why my Zoom is being stupid. I just paid my thing and it's telling me that we have like 7 minutes left for some
Oh,
good
okay,
reason.
okay.
So Zoom is stupid. They need to fix their stuff because I pay my account
Yeah.
all the time, and I
Yeah,
guess
yeah,
they
that's not your fault.
start using it, whatever. So I'm gonna ask you guys about. I think we can get about like 2 really quick questions in because I don't want to
Yeah, yeah.
For sure, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can see the time, so we'll be careful.
Okay. Good. So give me 3 seasonal animes you guys are watching right now. One from each person, like all.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna avoid the mainstream stuff. I'm gonna say stuff that people don't already know about. Okay, mine is Horimiya.
Underrated anime.
Underrated, brother.
Good romance anime.
It's so good.
It's gonna start becoming rated. Like I see a lot of anime channels.
Yeah.
Start talking about it. So
Yeah, I'm seeing profile pictures show up like on different social media. I'm seeing more and more people talk about it. But yeah, it's so good. I don't want to spoil it for any of your viewers, just in case nobody's seen it, especially since it's so underrated. But yeah, like really good romance. I feel like it's a bit fast paced, but I don't think it's a bad thing. It's just kind of it's just yeah, it's super interesting. It's super cute. It's super wholesome, and it's just a really good show.
yeah, it is a good show.
Yeah, so that's mine.
Carter, you got one?
Yeah, I got Jobless Reincarnation.
I haven't even heard of that, so it is underrated.
That one's like there's this guy who's basically just an otaku, and I don't remember how he dies, but he gets reincarnated, basic isekai. But he starts off as like a child, and he grows up in a completely different world. And what I like about it is that it starts off mostly like slice of life, and it's more about this guy's life as he learns how to use the magic system of the world, and he realizes that he has a special talent that some of the other characters can't use. But it doesn't feel as cliched and like as if he's overpowered in the show. He really sort of fits in for what his character is. And what
Apparently,
I like
Jobless is actually one of like the progenitors of modern isekai, and it's like kind of crazy that it took them up until literally after everything that it spawned to
Wow.
get an adaptation.
Oh,
Wow.
really?
So like
I
it
didn't know
doesn't
about
really
that.
feel cliched because most of those cliches weren't actually developed when this thing came out.
Yeah. Wow.
So
That's cool.
yeah, I definitely agree. That's a good choice, Carter.
Mm-hmm.
For myself, I guess the other day, I caught up on Beastars season 2. You better not be sleeping on Beastars. I know it's like
I don't like Beastars, but yeah.
you don't like Beastars. Okay, man, I know it's 3D CG. It's kind of furry bait, but I swear to God, that plot it grips you, man. Season 2 is it's doing some good things with it.
I stopped
Yeah.
like 3 episodes of season 1. Maybe I'll give it
Okay.
like I always say. I always give shows
Yeah.
3 chances before I really write it off.
Fair enough. If you
Uh-huh.
got 3 episodes in and didn't really like it, I guess that's fair.
But like it was only my first. Like sometimes I be watching anime and I'm not really watching it like I should. Like,
I know what you mean.
so it's
Yeah.
like, maybe I missed something that wasn't there. So we got 4.5 minutes left. I'm gonna let you guys. I don't know if you can say this for episode, but can I get your top 3 anime all time? Unless you're saving for episode, I get it. But You all have 3, by the way. I don't no not
Yeah,
even.
we can do it here probably. It's gonna be hard though. Okay.
I'm whipping out my anime list, man. I can't
Oh
wait.
yeah, let me pull that up.
In no particular order, just because I'm gonna wing this.
No order, no order.
Yeah, no order. One of them has to be Naruto, just for the childhood and the memories.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, another one has probably Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Okay.
Just because, well, partially because of nostalgia thing, but it's like different. It's not the type of show that I watched when I came back from school. It was the type of show that one of my family friends brought me into, and it was also one of the shows that got me into watching anime as well. I usually only say Naruto because that's like the really main one, but Full Metal Alchemist for sure was one of those two. And I also read the manga, so that show I liked a lot. 3 is tough because I don't want to pick another shonen.
There's like I get people.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not trying to be showing it, but bro.
But you got to give it credit, dude. It's like one of the best genres, dude. Yeah, I don't know. Probably. I think I have to pass on the third one. Maybe I'll think of something after the others.
Okay.
Say their picks.
We got 3 minutes, y'all. Not trying to rush.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I might have at least 2 of my 3. I'll think of one while I talk. So yeah, no particular order. One of my favorites, which was recently became one of my favorites, is actually Angel Beats because I love the characters, even if some of the plot doesn't make much sense.
Good show. Plot all place. Good show though.
Yeah.
Plot-wise, it's a little but it really like sort of plucks at the heartstrings towards the end there. So I really like it for it's sort of the emotional feel that it gets to you in the end. Another one would probably be one of 2. It could either be Darling in the Franxx or it could be Steins Gate.
Yeah.
And then finally, I would say probably Naruto because that's
OG.
the one that I really, for an entire summer with my brother, I just watched like the entire thing. So yeah.
All right. Right off the bat, I'm gonna say Attack on Titan is goated. That is definitely one of my top 3 nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you gotta love it. All the Ghibli movies in one is definitely in my top 3. I'm just put them in one category.
Mm-hmm.
And for the third one, I don't know. I could be anything really. I guess like to pick a shonen, probably Full Metal Alchemist. Yeah.
Okay.
I think my third one's probably Hunter x Hunter.
Okay. Never mind. Hunter x Hunter. I forgot about that one. Yeah, across the FMA, Hunter x Hunter's in the top 3.
I forgot about that one, so I didn't mention it. But yeah, that one.
All right, guys. Thank you for coming on. You can plug your stuff. I would love to go longer. Like I don't know why, but
yeah. It's okay.
Real quick, and we're gonna get out of here.
All right, sure. So if you want to follow us on our social media, we have our Twitter, which is at real_talk_anime.
Mm-hmm.
On Instagram, it's just Real Talk Anime.
Mm-hmm.
And then, we release episodes every 2 weeks on YouTube, but then also on our YouTube channel, obviously, is just Real Talk Anime. We also have Anchor, which distributes to basically all the platforms. And so, yeah, we're available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever. If you search us, you'll find us. And yeah, we'll be available wherever you want to watch us.
All right, sounds good. Thank you for coming on. You go like, comment, subscribe, turn the notification on. Can't talk, Lord. Y'all just like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and keep watching anime. Stay weird. Peace.